gorgeous, the voluptuous, she has a natural BBL by the way.
Yes.
The amazing lady who is the founder and the creative director behind the amazing business called Nailed by Yandi. Her name is Yandi Mhlophe, of course, hence Nailed by Yandi. Hi Yandi.
Hi babe, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I am great.
Welcome to Mbali Talks. Thank you so much for taking us and our interview and allowing us into this space of yours.
Oh, babe, thank you so much for having me on Mbali Talks.
So before the interview, Yandi and I were actually talking about, because she says to me, I'm like, so how would you like me to introduce you? What would you like me to say about you running the business? She's like, what business? I'm like, what do you mean? You're running Nailed by Yandi. Tell me why you had to say that.
You know what? I think like all along, like I've just been so consumed with just the technical that I don't have a moment to just look up and be like, oh my gosh, like I run a whole business.
Actually, I'm a business
Like I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's also that thing, you don't want to feel like you're being boastful.
Okay.
You just want to, keep it humble.
But even to yourself, like boast internally?
Sometimes I'll just be like, I can't believe it. And then you'll be like, yo, you guys,
Let me not give him any ideas.
But
You're an entire business
right?
babe.
I should start saying that to myself. That should be like my affirmation.
Every day,
Yeah,
right? So Yandi and I have known each other since primary school.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, wow, you've grown up into this amazing woman who now runs her business, who's inspiring other people to potentially do the same. Because, I mean, when we look at your work, you're a kid sitting at home and you're thinking maybe now it's after matric, form 5, you're not sure what to do. Being a nail tech is not necessarily, the most hardest industry to get into. And if you see other people, like your posts, every day we see them, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she actually designed that. How the heck did she do that? It's very inspiring. I just want to say that and get it out of the way. It's very inspiring. I'm very proud of you for starting this business and actually sticking to it.
Thank you. Please, on the sticking to it.
We're getting there. We're going to get to that.
On the sticking.
So tell me how you come about to now becoming a nail tech.
I really wish like there was just like that thing that I could say. Because how people are like, oh, Jay, it was something that it just came on.
The voice,
the
got
voice
to
thing.
me.
It was just, I was at home, I was unemployed. I was just scrolling through YouTube and I just saw this like tutorials on nails.
Okay.
And it started off just like something that was satisfying, something that I enjoyed watching. And then I just kept on watching it over and over and over and over again. And I just realized, oh my gosh, like this looks like something that I could do.
Okay.
And before I knew it, my sister bought me a kit at AliExpress.
Boo, 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 boo. AliExpress works, guys.
Yes.
Sometimes.
She bought me like a kit at AliExpress and she like did everything.
We love
just the basics.
sisters for that. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. Shout out to her. She bought me the kit and I just started practicing.
Yeah.
But I think at that time, because there's this thing here would say, you can't do like Dingalo for a living and just like make it. There's just, I think it's a stigma sort of.
Yeah.
Especially at that time when I started.
Okay.
Like nails weren't a thing. They were not like a thing that people did like constantly. So there was that thing at the back of my mind, like, no, I can't rely on this, there's something.
I need something else.
Yeah, I need something else. So it wasn't, I think I wasn't consistent now. So I'd do it just like maybe like a hobby,
yes.
just afraid to just like go full on.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I'd be employed and then like just totally forget about nails.
Okay.
And then always remember when I'm unemployed.
That's actually, I have a skill.
See, there's a skill.
I'm a nail tech.
So like, I think it was just that back and forth, putting in the nothing. I think Nami was also a fear, what if I do try this and then I don't succeed at it, or I fail at it, and then like me would see like back to
square one. So when do you transition from that, I sometimes find a job and I quit my nail business, to now I actually want to have a proper nail business. I actually am getting a space. I actually am putting myself out there on Instagram, advertising it as a business. How do you shift from that to this?
You know what? It was, what's this, for 2024? It was 2022. I had a job 2022, but I realized now January enough. I have children. So I was like, okay, you know what? I have the skill. Let me start being serious about the skill, like and monetizing on the skill. So I just did Emma house calls.
Okay.
On weekends.
Okay.
On weekends I did house calls.
Because you still had the full-time job.
My 9 to 5. The full-time job. And then September. So that the house calls happened. House calls, story for another day.
Of course. After to customers, I know them.
Yeah. House calls. And then in September, and my contract happened.
Oh,
that
okay.
employment.
Yeah.
And I just sat down and I was like, one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to be employed anymore.
Was it what? Feeling like there's no proper job security? Like you could be employed today, tomorrow contract ends, you could go on the street?
That, and it was also just like, I'm always dreading waking up in the morning, going to work. Like it's just like I realized I'm not happy with the profession I chose. I'm not happy with my career choice. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
You know, so September came and I was like, one thing I know is that I do not want to be employed. Okay, Mbali. So I sat down with myself like, what do you do now? So I was like, you know what, let me just continue the house calls and also Mbali can come just like I just to do nails.
Okay.
But the issue with that is that our code will tell as many clients as you'd like because not many people are comfortable.
Willing to drive all the way out to your house.
And you know, the neighborhood.
And also
that
for you to come to their space. Because there's also that even though house calls are an option, but you then need to come to my house.
You know, and like you find umuntu udelta full and that doesn't make like the whole nail process like, because nails are supposed to be a luxury.
Yes, you're just sitting there like,
I'm getting dolled up, just, you know, all the tea, just, you know.
Yeah.
So I felt like it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And then come December, I did my first vision board.
Yeah,
I was like, no way, because like I'd seen your videos on video. I was like, and you know, I'd seen your success after those vision boards, you know, because you would also follow up. So I was like, there's no way, guys. Like, there's no way. I have nothing to lose at that point. So I did a vision board and like, I was very intentional about it. I don't know why.
That's good.
And then like, I was like, come January, we need to start. We need to start somewhere. So then came January and I was like, I'm not ready. I felt like I wasn't confident enough to just
start and go into it.
So there was a lady, you know, who had a post. She was looking for nail technicians, and I was like, you know what?
This is the chance.
Yeah, this is my chance. So,
okay.
And then in February, I started that.
Nice. Good for you. Okay, so when you are starting to do house calls, are you, because I know that your sister bought you the kit that you started with to practice, are you getting qualified to do nails or are you self-teaching at this point?
At this point, I'm self-teaching. I'm self-teaching because I didn't, at that time, I didn't have enough funds to go to the school.
Okay.
And I wanted to do that. I felt like would give me the proper skills and proper details of the quality that
This is what biosculpture?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So biosculpture. So I thought that biosculpture is the only one in Swaziland that I knew of at that time.
Okay. Well, they've been around for a while.
So
I think they are quite reputable.
They really are. I love the quality of the products. So that was also a thing. So like I felt like I didn't have the funds at that time. So it's like, you know what? Self-teach yourself, man. Like I just taught myself. Trial and error is the most exhausting thing. Like I always say, like if you can go somewhere like someone qualified or an establishment that's qualified for you to learn the skill, please do it.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a competitive edge quickly.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Because with being self-taught, it's a lot of trial and error on products, on technique, on a lot of things. I don't know how many mental breakdowns I had. There was a point I was like, no,
I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this. But you know, when you really, I realized I really liked this thing because I kept on going back.
Okay.
No matter how many times I failed.
You just kept on. That's the only way to make it in business, you know? You fall down 7, you get up 8 type of mentality. That's the only way.
Honestly, and I'm so grateful for that experience because I felt like that experience helps me. It helps me now because I'm like, you know what? Failure will happen. It doesn't mean it's permanent.
Yes,
it's going to happen. You learn from those mistakes. You get up, and then you're like, okay, this is what I did wrong before. How are we going to fix that going forward? And it doesn't mean because you fix that mistake. Other mistakes
not
are
going to
not
happen
going to happen
again. Yes.
Other mistakes are going to happen, but I feel like that's how you go. You just make mistakes, you fix them, you get up, you move.
What can you say has been so far your biggest lesson that you know that you wouldn't have ever learned it if you had never gone into business?
Oh my gosh, boundaries.
Okay.
Boundaries. I'm such a people pleaser. I am such
And you don't look like it,
Pleaser.
which is terrible.
Really?
No, you look like this woman who's like very serious face.
Oh my gosh.
resting bee face. But like
I'm so happy that you say that.
you don't look like someone that you can just get away with anything.
I'm such a people pleaser. I think like when people get to know me, then they realize it's actually logo.
Can take advantage
I'm
of.
losing.
That's precious.
Yeah, so like I realized that especially in the service industry, you need to have boundaries. There was a point where I felt like I was exhausted and I was starting to dislike doing nails.
Okay.
You know,
Because of the lack of the boundaries.
For the lack of the boundaries, when you work with people, you really have to have boundaries.
Yeah, because people will try things. I mean, I know this. I was into clothing.
Yeah.
You put on a dress. You've done the spec of the dress. You've done the fabric, how much fabric has gone into it, and therefore with that, this is how much the dress is going to cost. And then someone says, I don't like the top part. Is it possible for us to just change the... We're like, no. That's not the dress I'm selling. There's a reason I designed it to be like that, and I used the fabric to create that design. What do you mean now the top must change because you know who I am? Like you know the face behind the brand.
I mean, guys, please change the top of this.
Well, like you either buy it or you leave it alone.
I think that's also the thing I had to learn. But not every customer is for me, and I
Yes.
am not for
Everyone.
For everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not potatoes, guys.
I know these people that also don't like potatoes. Those that go to gym.
And you just
like, oh, this is starch. I don't like it.
No, potatoes are just, vodka, chips.
Wow. The list goes
like potatoes are the gold of vegetables.
I've never looked at it like that, I'll be honest.
Please.
Okay, no, I'll take them
Don't sleep
serious.
on potatoes.
I'll take them serious going forward. Okay, so now you're running a space. When you got the job, was it a job as a nail tech or you were coming into a space that was going to be shared?
No, it was a job as a nail tech. I think I was a bit hesitant of just standing on my own.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Let me see how people out there receive me. Because at that time, I wasn't that exposed. I had my page on Instagram, but I started off as a personal page before it was a business page.
Yes.
So there was just that when you hesitate. I think also that self-doubt and you would say,
Am I really
the girl that I think I am?
I know, right?
So I did that. So I'm forever grateful. But within a week of being there, I realized I do not want to be here the next month.
Oh, that is quite quick.
Yeah, and it wasn't like maybe the environment, yes, but it wasn't. I don't think that was the majority problem. It was just realizing, oh my gosh, I can do this. I am doing this.
Yeah, I am actually sitting on a chair
with
doing
my own
people's nails.
skills.
Yeah.
So I felt like, and people were receiving my skill so much. People.
We have,
because
because I have experience of Yandi doing my nails, and I would definitely recommend her. Yes, I don't stay here, which unfortunately, every time I text you, I'm like, are you available? I'd like to come do my nails. She's like, oh, sorry, we're fully booked. I'm like, booked and busy.
Do you know when you, how I always feel when you text me, and I'm just like, oh no, Mbali.
Why can't I do her
Why
nails?
can't I want to do her nails?
It's okay. We'll have many moments.
So yeah, I just realized, I'm fully banana. March, because it was February at the time.
Okay.
I was like, no, March I'm fully banana. And then Guatsinago, Jayla, the lady was like, I saw my notice, was like, my lady, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Really grateful for her for that opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm really forever grateful. But I feel like I need to
ready for the next
thing
in my life. Yeah.
So I just reached out to Mrs. Jamie at the time because this was a studio. I was like, Squee, do you have space? And she was just like, oh my gosh, Squee, I was just about to put a post out for that vacancy.
For a nail tech, yeah.
For the vacancy, because she was just like,
oh,
everyone wants that space.
Yes, okay, alright, yeah.
So I was like, no, it can only be God, guys.
Right? It's like all things went together
Just
for
like,
those who,
you know.
you know.
And
Okay.
people always ask me, oh my gosh, you live so in Matapa, and I was like, it was just also the general environment. So it's like, just out of my, let me really, and be pushed if I like go somewhere I don't have a clientele and just start off from scratch.
Okay, alright. So we're talking about boundaries, and obviously it's something that you've learned in the business. What would you say is like something that you, like things that you feel like are the worst part of this business? You know, like what would you say? It's all nice and glamorous and luxurious, of course, but like what's bad about it? Like cons, basically.
This is a pro and a con. It's working with people.
Yeah.
Working with people can be a pro because you get to meet amazing people, but also it can be a con because you're dealing with different personalities, different backgrounds.
Different backgrounds.
Yeah, emphasis on the background. Like people are not as a service provider. There's always that so the customer is right. It's always right.
Yes, customers care.
Yeah, so it's dealing with people and trying just to meet their needs. And sometimes like sometimes once, oh my gosh, I had a referral once.
Wow, okay.
I had a referral and this girl, she was like, and like her energy when she walked in, I could feel like, no, man, because you feel the energy.
But I was like in the off.
But I was like, you know what? I'm a professional. I'm gonna, with a smile, hi babe, how are you? What can I do for you? Oh yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm and she just can't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank you, that's nice. Please tell me who it is. And then she tells us like, yeah, like,
Sort of like I wanna prove.
Yeah,
well, all the things that they said about you.
So from the beginning, you're just like, oh, snap.
Your anxiety is now here.
My anxiety is always here. Now you adjust. It's here.
That's gracious.
Yeah, but like, I tried my best. Like, I always came back. She never came back.
Have you ever fired a client? Like, I have myself on the spot.
Okay.
I've fired clients.
I have.
Not, like, without telling you, I would just decide I'm never selling to you again. Like, I'm never availing anything to you because you're such a weird person and I don't want for my mental health to ever deal with you again.
I have. And as painful as it is, like, because you try, you give them a chance, you give them a chance, you give them a chance. Because you don't want to lose clients.
True, businesses are around people. Yeah.
But I was like, for my mental health, I need to unblock her. Oh. Yeah, sure. One thing about me on the block button.
Like, very quick. Block Instagram, block Facebook, block WhatsApp, block.
Unblock, because like she would book an appointment and then not show up and just not say anything.
That is some crazy,
and then like, because I do, I was not going to ask Sunday, or I'm going to ask I asked what people said that, and she didn't respond. Cool, that's fine. And then again, she books an appointment. And I'm like, okay, girl, that's fine. She books an appointment, fine. And then down the line, close to appointment, I was like, really, I'm busy, which I'm grateful for. Tell me in advance. Because things happen and we do.
Yeah,
but respect my business, respect me, tell me in advance. Because, okay, this is my issue. Because if there was someone who wanted
so I can slot another client in.
And then that happened, and then she just kept postponing. I was just like, what?
Now it sounds like I'm chasing you down for your money.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because we want business.
We want the money. We don't want the looking like now you're desperate, you're begging for it. Yeah, that's true. That's weird.
And then like she said something to someone while I was there. She was like, like I've been trying to book my appointment with her, but she like, I'm like, excuse me, man.
Like, that's not the truth of our story.
I was like, oh, sorry, what is this? And I was like, you know what? I don't want this person.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's part of it. Goes back to the boundary.
Yeah, but obviously, like as much as I could push boundaries, there are times when I'm just like.
Some people push them a bit, and you allow it.
And I allow it, and it always bites me.
Yeah.
It always does. But we never learn. It always trust every time.
It comes back like my boundary.
Why were you nice? I was like, why? Why
were you nice? Look now, you're suffering.
Now you're pep talking yourself, you're just like, you see the things that you do to yourself.
About pep talking, you have a bad day, you have a bad week, clients maybe complain about nails, complain about designs. How do you come back from that? How do you decide, you know what, every day I'm going to wake up and go back into the field?
When I did the vision board, December 2021,
yeah,
I had I did a sticky note.
Okay.
My affirmations. I just put it by my wall, especially when I started the job.
Oh yes, because that was leading to.
Yes, because I had I had a lot of self-doubt. And I was like, you know what, this is not going to cut it. We need to do something about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, have affirmations. So I was like, I just like had.
I think it's a good idea to actually have them beside your bed, because maybe sometimes you think we're going to read books, but what if you don't get to the book? Every day in the morning.
So the one thing I did was just like, I just read them out to myself. Like I read them out, and before I walked out every day, I don't lie, I would pray. I would just pray, just be like, please Jehovah, please center me,
Yes.
Just help me, whatever situation I come across, just help me deal with it the best way that is possible.
That deep breath.
So I did that, I did that. And also I think one thing I learned last day was not to push myself too much.
Yeah, like it's okay to take a step back.
Yeah, it's okay
to rest, have a day off, type of thing.
Oh no, my phones, I pushed my weekend. Last year, my phones, I was like, so sad. I almost died.
Yeah, we actually had this conversation.
Yeah, I almost died.
I was like, there's no way in hell I'm ever doing that to myself ever again.
I was like, no, we
You
need to
cannot
rest. Money is nice. Money is good, we need money. Besides wanting it, we need it.
Yeah.
But we also need rest.
True.
We
Very
need to
true.
take care of
Rest and
ourselves.
rewind, reset.
Yeah. One thing I learned also is to take care of myself physically.
Oh yes.
Also,
yeah.
Because I think we say as a nail tech, you can't you're just doing nails back to back the whole day.
And you're sitting like this the entire time, and your back is straight. Yeah.
And there was a point where I was dehydrated and I didn't realize it. Because it's just a
and
class.
then nothing in between.
And then nothing in between.
Back to back appointments.
Yeah, home doesn't figure kind of just have like one glass of water or maybe a sipping and a chance to quit. And I realized, oh my gosh, physically I'm not okay. And if I'm not okay physically, then I can't
The business
service my clients the best.
Okay, alright. Okay, so before we let you go, because busy lady, business people, her clients are already starting to flock in and I'm taking their time. Thank you. Would you say this is a business that's profitable? This is a business that you would advise other people interested in the same thing to start?
It is. One thing I did was follow a lot of nail content, especially people who I felt like were doing, better than I am.
Yes.
Just to learn.
Very
from them.
important.
And one thing I learned from them is also to charge your worth. Your people are going to come to
You'll find your
You
tribe.
would rather have 4 clients a week who pay what you charge when you're worth than
That
people
makes you comfortable.
That makes you comfortable. Because I feel like Nana and Jalo also with your business, you enjoy your business, you love your business. If you're undercharged, you're overworked, and then you end up resenting what you're doing.
You're partly angry the entire time when you're working.
So I feel like Nana and Jalo also the quality of your work says for itself.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just 50 rand each.
Yeah,
And
that's very important.
if you're charging your worth now, you're actually when I'm doing someone's nails, I'm putting like my all because what I charge you is what I feel I'm worth. And people but don't complain about prices. So be okay with that because you know what? If you're complaining, I'm sorry, I'm not within your
I complain about Louis Vuitton prices, and then I had to accept that, Mbali, you're not the target market.
Exactly.
The target market does not complain.
They don't.
Please.
They really don't.
There's a line always there by sentiment.
It's that, and also just not being afraid of being uncomfortable. Yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable. It's not always nice, sweet things, good things.
Yeah.
And also just content.
It's a lot of work, eh?
Post. Please, if you go down there,
don't go too far.
just go down there, you will see that But look, it's just trying to be consistent even when you don't feel like it. I think one thing
The consistency is very important.
One thing we do is we're always like consistent when we feel like when it's easy.
When you're motivated, when things are going well.
When things are not, that's where you are tested the most, especially as a business person. Because like if you are not making any money,
well, that's the end of the business type of thing.
But I feel like it's a profitable business. Also find your niche, find your thing that you're good at, and don't let people persuade you like what's high.
Every design in Pinterest you now.
Just find your thing that you're good at and just like stick with that. And just like pray. God answers you.
Yes.
He doesn't answer us.
Yes.
He just
It's you and your relationship.
Yeah, it's you and your relationship. So pray about it. Pray about everything. Like even the things that you feel like are so small.
Yes.
About those things.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Madam Nailed by Yandi.
Yes, please.
For coming on to Mbali Talks and sharing all these amazing gems and information and encouraging us with the business. So if you're somebody sitting at home trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, I think this is one of those businesses that are sort of easier to get into. Of course, you will need to practice. Of course, you will need to, at some point, invest in your qualifications so that obviously what you give us is good. But you've given us a lot to think about.
Thank you so much. Emphasis on the investing in your qualifications. Just because you are where you are and you see the success doesn't mean you
stop. Yes, you need to keep
invest. Also grow, like introduce new things to your service.
Yes.
Don't just stay in that hole. It's always comfortable. Once you feel comfortable, just know it's time to take it out the next day.
Okay, alright. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me.
I have put here this information here in the video where you can find her online. She's based in Mbali, Eswatini. I've also put some information of her telephone number in the description box. Please only text her for business. No creepy crawlies. Thank you very much.
Thank you.